What is up, everybody? It's Quinaya. So today I'll be giving y'all a makeup tutorial that I did on my Instagram, and I felt like I decided to do my makeup tutorial on YouTube. So the first thing I'll begin with is my e.l.f.'s Blemish Control Face Primer, and I really won't be putting too much on my face. I'll kind of just add a little bit, being that I don't want my face to be so, you know, I don't really have that much of a dry skin, so I'm just going to use like a slight amount. Then I will begin to rub it all over my face, of course. So I kind of want my face to be set before I put on any makeup. So now to do my eyebrows, I'll be taking my sculpting brow pencil by AOA Studio in the shade Black. I'll begin to brush up my brows. I usually use lash glue. Some people use a little bit of lash glue, whatever, to like put their brow hairs in place. But right now, I think it's a good method. So everybody who does that is really like, anybody who is thinking about doing it is a really good method. So I'm too excited for this look. I basically had people help me pick out colors for this look, and once I got done with it, I was like, yeah, it came out real nice. So I felt like I had to do it for Instagram. YouTube, my bad. So now to clean up my brows, I'll be taking my Morphe's M22 brush. I'll be using this brush to take some concealer, or I usually use foundation to clean up under my brows and on top of my brows. But for now, I'm gonna be taking some of my NK Perfection Multi-Use Concealer, which is super coverage. I'll be taking that with my COVERGIRL True Blend Matte Made Foundation. When I do this, I'll begin to drag it down on my lids. Next, I'll be taking my AOA Studio F30 brush. What I'll begin to do is I'll begin to pat out the product. Don't worry about the middle. I'll blend this in. That won't be there for long. Take my time doing this part right here. Just take your time. You ain't gotta rush. You ain't gotta rush. I'll be taking the same brush that I had, and I'll begin to blend out the top of my brows. Then while I do that, I'm gonna just blend down the middle, because I don't want that light mark to be there while I'm in the middle of cleaning my brow. You know what I'm talking about. Like, do y'all see how clean my brows are looking right now? Everybody like me for the brows because of how I make them look. So thank y'all for that. So now let me start. I'll be taking my NK Makeup Perfection Finish Powder in the color Banana. Being though it can set on my eyelids before I even add the eyeshadow, because I don't want the eyeshadow to be wet. What I'm using today is my Morphe's James Charles palette, and the color we'll be taking is this hot pink right here. And then for the top, once I get at the top of my lid or whatever, I'm gonna be blending it in with this light pink right here. Purchase your tracks. So now we're going to go in with the light pink, and then we're going to drag it up above around the crease of my eyebrows. So now what I'm going to do is take some Vaseline and then a piece of napkin to clean in the middle of my eyelids, being though I could make space for my cut crease. And once I do my cut crease, I'll be using my PLOUISE base in the shade 0. Now I'll begin to cut my crease with my PLOUISE base. Now what I'm gonna do is tap away the excess before I add on the next color. After that, I'll begin to do my lashes and then my foundation down to the setting powder and everything else. Basically what I did was complete my eyeliner and then my eyelashes. I couldn't basically do it on camera because I tend to mess up. Now what we're about to do is we're about to place the foundation. After the foundation is being placed, I will then continue to do the concealer. So let's get started. Going in with my COVERGIRL True Blend Matte Made. Then I'll be taking my AOA Studio High Definition brush in the number F4. Then I'll begin to blend. The foundation I usually use is Juvia's Place, but for now I'm gonna just use my COVERGIRL foundation at this point.
Purchase your tracks today.
So now I'm gonna just move on to my forehead. About this foundation is that it tends to be really oily and I don't like that. That's why I basically use Juvia's Place. Can't do that. I can't do it. And I'm just using this brush to blend in the corners. My AOA Studio F30 brush. But then I'll be going back in with my eyeshadow brush, being though I kind of messed up the shadow in the front. Then we're gonna dab foundation in a little more just so it can be sunken in all through my skin. Now I'm using my NK Perfection Multi-Use Concealer Super Coverage in the color Acorn 08 in the number 08.
Purchase your tracks today.
What I'm going to do is take my beauty blender and then I'll begin to blend this out. And then once after I blend this out, I'll be taking my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in a darker shade. And sometimes while blending, I would like to take my MORPHE setting spray to spray my sponge, being though my concealer won't get too dry, but at the same time, you kind of want your concealer to dry a little bit so that it'll kind of set your face. And then with the forehead too, it really won't look as much as what you think it'll look like.
Purchase your tracks today.
Now, what we're going to do is blend everything out, and then we're going to get to the lips after. next, what I'm about to do is do my lips and then my highlighter in the end.